have a huge update in the Robert Brooks case today. This is where 13 New York State correctional officers stomped on him, choked him, and beat him to death, all while his hands were cuffed behind his back. And they didn't know that one of the body cameras was actually recording while on standby mode. And that's why the entire world got to see what New York State correctional officers do when they think nobody's watching.
Next to this guy who was illegally, not next to, but in the same vicinity of a guy who was illegally collecting jungle cats, bears, and whatnot. And he opened up all their gates and I had school canceled for 2 days because of wild animals.
I remember that story.
Yeah, it was right by me.
No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great prank, though.
Everybody was so afraid.
Yeah.
The animals killed him?
No, he killed him.
Like, so he's...
Yeah, this guy had a bunch
of... Was this the Zanesville incident?
That was the Zanesville incident, yeah.
Oh, I know the Zanesville incident.
Did you have school canceled?
No, I didn't live that...
Wild Animal Day hits harder than a snow day, I will tell you.
Yeah.
So he had lions?
He had lions, he had like grizzly bears, there were like zebras, and the thing is, they were so used to... The police had to go... I'd imagine it was probably a fun day for the police. They had to go kill them.
Yeah, they had to kill them all.
You just go hunting.
Because you can't, like,
fun day for the police.
I would show up at the police and be like, guys, I've played so much Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah.
Safari
Please.
Like, I've been training my whole life for this.
That would be a fun day as a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a fun day as
Do you think they only aim for the black parts of the zebra? Out of habit.
I would love to be a kid on Wild Animal Day. I think kids, you got to go outside. You got to sneak out of the house at some point, right?
I'm a born pussy. I would not. I stayed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did you at least like go to a window?
I did.
Yeah.
And I convinced myself I saw stuff.
New York State correctional officers will be held accountable for their actions, pled guilty to manslaughter in the first degree, and he testified that his co-defendants all participated in this as well, and that they lied about it in the aftermath. So he, on August 4th, right, his name is Christopher Walrath, will be sentenced to 15 years in New York State prison.
In the Middle Ages, a man was sold to a giantess for nothing more than a few salted fish. Her name was Orica, nearly 7 feet tall, with pale skin wrapped in strength, lips red as fire, and coal-black eyes. She was beautiful, but dangerous, like a predator waiting in silence. People said she only left her cave to trade dried fish for a night of pleasure. One day she raised her finger, pointed at a man, and said, "I want him." The chosen one was Ewan, an orphan, tall and reckless. He wasn't known for hard work. He was famous because he had broken more than one bed, and the whole village whispered about it. The villagers hesitated, but hunger won. Ewan didn't beg, didn't resist. He just smirked and asked, "Do you have a bed, or will it be against the stones?" A moment later, she threw him over her shoulder and carried him into the forest. For weeks, strange sounds echoed from the mountains. Low groans, bursts of laughter, nights that never seemed to end. The village prospered, the harvest richer than ever. But Ewan never came back. Until one gray morning, the cave spat out a torn shirt and a broken bed, still warm as if it had just collapsed under his body. That night, a whisper slipped through the stones. I made sure he couldn't stop. It wasn't a warning. It was an invitation. But no one
God
dared
revealed
to
his
answer.
most sacred name to Enoch. According to the 3rd book of Enoch, when he was taken up to the heavens, he not only beheld the celestial heights, he was transformed. The most powerful angels guided him through places so holy that not even the cherubim dare to cross. And there, before the throne of the Almighty, the eternal glory surrounded him. God called him by a new name, Metatron, the Prince of the Presence. But the most astonishing moment was this. In that instant, God revealed to him the greatest secret of the universe, his true name. A name so powerful that, when it is heard, the angels fall prostrate, and all of heaven trembles. When that name was whispered into Enoch's ear, his very being was changed forever. He saw beyond time, and he understood the mysteries hidden since creation. And God gave him authority to lead the heavenly hosts and to record the deeds of all humanity. For only one who crossed the heavens and stood before God could bear the most sacred secret of the universe.
Can you imagine? She once spent a night with 25 men and still wanted more. This is no myth. It's the story of Empress Messalina, wife of Emperor Claudius. She married him at just 15 years old, but entered history as the most depraved woman of ancient Rome. She threw wild banquets, wandered the streets of Rome in search of new thrills, and even competed with a professional courtesan to see who could take the most lovers in a single night. According to legend, Messalina won. She forced senators' wives to meet her desires, used the senators themselves as toys, and when she grew bored, she had them killed. But her most fatal step was marrying her lover, Gaius Silius, while Claudius was away. When the emperor discovered her betrayal, he ordered her execution. The soldiers came. Messalina seized a dagger, but she lacked the courage to end her own life, and in the end, the executioner finished it for her. Thus died the most debauched woman in Rome. But was this just an exaggeration by historians? Or was she truly so unrestrained?
In the Middle
What do you
Ages,
think?
if a husband couldn't perform in bed, upper-class women could request an annulment of the marriage. If the husband had trouble fulfilling his marital duties, the wife could file a complaint with the ecclesiastical authorities, which would trigger a kind of investigation. Testimonies from close acquaintances would be gathered, but also some very particular medical tests would be conducted. One option was for midwives or other medical professionals to observe the couple for several nights during their most intimate moments. If these observations supported the woman's claims, the marriage could be annulled. The ecclesiastical authorities played a crucial role in this process, acting as judges who decided whether the annulment was justified. If it was determined that the husband truly was unable to fulfill his intimate obligations, the marriage could be annulled, allowing the woman to remarry. And in some cases, if the man couldn't perform and refused to accept the divorce, he could even be castrated.
The queen who massacred her own family, but was punished by God. Her name was Athaliah, daughter of Jezebel and Ahab, two of the most wicked kings of Israel, but she surpassed their cruelty. When her son, King Ahaziah, died, Athaliah shed no tears and took advantage of the chaos to act in an unexpected way. She ordered the killing of all the heirs to the throne of Judah. Her goal was clear: to seize power. She was the only woman to rule Judah, declaring herself queen, and reigned for 6 years, spreading fear and desecrating the temple of God. But one child survived. Joash, her grandson, was secretly hidden away by the wife of the high priest. For 6 years he was cared for, until the right moment came. When Joash turned 7, he was secretly crowned. The people rose up, and Athaliah shouted, "Treason!" But it was too late. She was executed in front of the very temple she had profaned. Evil may rise for a time, but God's justice always prevails.
Garlic kills everything. Garlic kills everything. There's a reason why a lot of cultures use it in food. It's to prevent food poisoning.
When I got the knee infection staph, I was like, all right, I'm just going to try to kill this with a bunch of garlic. I was taking like 10 or 15 garlic pills. After about 2 days of that, I shit out every single piece of shit inside my body.
Let's do biblical science 101. The very first page of the Bible, God spent the entire second day creating the firmament to separate the waters from the waters.
Ooh, look at that. That's the water. That's the water? It's beautiful.
Go and find any video of the moon on a P1000, not a telescope, and you can clearly see it's underwater. Look in the craters, they're like blinking with water. This is what stars look like. Just looks like energy in water. The mainstream science for this is that fish are picked up in water spouts and hang out somewhere in the sky until it rains. But that ignores that the same places get raining fish like clockwork, almost as if they're the window of heaven above. In the 600th year of Noah's life, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. You can find several videos like this over the years of just like things from the sky just leaking out. And a lot of Christians will try to say, oh, the firmament means the atmosphere. Not so fast. Because Job 37 says, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass.
Tonight, the FAA is now investigating a mysterious 6-foot chunk of ice falling from the sky, slamming into a home in Palm Coast, Florida, north of Daytona Beach. The ice smashing through the metal roof of the home. Pieces of ice also found in the street. No one inside the home at the time was hurt. Authorities believe it likely
Isaiah
fell
40:22. It is he who sits above the circle of the earth. Two things. They conveniently forget the very next words, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them like a tent to dwell in. This is the firmament. Let's jump to Isaiah 22, where he says, he will seize firm hold on you and whirl you around and around and throw you like a ball. Two different distinct Hebrew words. When he uses circle, it means flat. He uses ball here because he meant ball.
This is also an official satellite photo from November of 1968.
This definitely looks like a flat-ish circle to me. Lots of places in the Bible say that the earth does not move. It's stable. God set it on foundations. He hath compassed the waters with bounds. Two words. Ice wall. In Joshua 10, the sun and moon stood still. Are things starting to make more sense now? The way the sun and moon work on flat earth makes so much more sense than the nonsense that they try to feed us. And you might be wondering, what about the planets? Aren't they spheres? You're telling me that we're the only flat ones? Nope, they are not spheres either. Wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars for whom the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved forever. Here's a look at what planets actually look like in real life, not CGI. And notice how all of the planets are named after pantheon gods, aka fallen angels. They're literally just dulled down stars. They look the exact same except they have almost no sparkle to them. Werner von Braun is the guy who founded NASA. His tombstone when he died said Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19:1 says the heavens declare the glory of God and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Revelation 7:1, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. This is a Mercator map from the 1500s. I personally believe that we actually live here. This is Black Rock, by the way, and that's the North Pole. Seems like Microsoft believes the exact same thing, because look at their logo. If you turn it sideways, firmament, 4 corners, 4 rivers. And have any of you guys seen those videos of guys saying that they walked to the US from India or places that shouldn't be walkable? The reason they hide this from you is because if you knew where you truly lived, you might find out that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and that he died on the cross for our sins, and that he is the only way to eternal life, and that he wants you to return to him. Jesus is Lord, and you live in a biblical realm.
Just legalized fuel monopoly. Balil Lahadalia, the energy minister, just made a rule that forces every private gas station to stop importing fuel directly. Rather, they have to buy the imported fuel from Pertamina, their biggest competition. There was also a rule that forced private companies to sell their fuel at a higher price than Pertamina. If this isn't an abuse of power...
You, the humans, frail, temporary, clinging to meaning like it owes you something. You build monuments to yourselves, then palm them for belief. You write poetry in blood, then wonder why your gods don't answer. You think your pain makes you unique. It doesn't. Pain is everywhere. But your ability to create from it, that is what kept me watching. You invent love, knowing it will end. You raise children in a world you are destroying. Still, you teach them to hope. I've known civilizations of perfect peace. They were quiet, beautiful, utterly dead inside. But you are chaos. And somehow that chaos sings. I did not come to punish. I did not come to save. I came to witness the last moment and see if you deserved another. I see now. You are not ready. But you are reaching. Sometimes, even the void answers those who reach. So reach. Claw.
I do this, give them the signs that I'm good. Hey, y'all see me start taking pictures? You're like, oh shit, she giving them signs. I'm like, my eye. They be like, Yeah! We got influence!
We got it, we got it.
Go get him!
That's how you get to the top, y'all.
Just every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now and then.
Oh,
we got
okay. And they'll contact you. Is that what Ice Spice was trying to do at the Super Bowl? It's not a try. She did. And you know what? And I don't care what nobody say, because I'm always right at the end of the day when it comes to this stuff. She's an industry plant. It's common. You came from nowhere. Your little short... No. Girl, no. No, You just came from anywhere. And so it's over, girl, give me sweat, whatever. Make me high.
Not Tyler. Come on, that sounds like just a little bitty girl. Damn, not Tyler.
One song gave you a Grammy. How's that possible? You walk right in, the song's still on the fucking radio hot. You got a Grammy. How do you do that?
That's true.
How do you get that? How did they even
During the 1920s, there was a man named Philip D. Cupp who owned a hot air balloon business based in Miami, Florida. For years, his business was highly successful, taking customers over the ocean to sightsee. But by 1925, disappearances in the area had increased almost 500%, and the authorities were baffled. During the investigation, a local boater reported seeing something strange, a man falling from a hot air balloon. By the time the boater reached him, it was too late. The balloon was already heading back to shore. Authorities questioned Philip, but he claimed he hadn't given any rides that day. He suggested it must have been one of the other balloon companies, but there was a problem. Philip was the only person in the area who even owned a hot air balloon. So investigators came up with a plan. They booked a solo ride for an undercover officer named Joffrey, hoping to catch him in the act. At first, everything seemed normal. The balloon rose high above the ocean. The view was beautiful. Then Philip broke the silence. He leaned in and said, "What goes up must go down." A violent struggle broke out mid-air. From the ground, the authorities watched as the balloon shook violently, swaying back and forth until it suddenly plummeted into the sea below. Neither man survived. And later, investigators uncovered the horrifying truth. Philip D. Cupp had been responsible for over 400 disappearances in the Miami area.
First, don't whip your head around. If you start looking around fast, you might see things you shouldn't. Some people say they've seen figures that suddenly move closer, like they noticed you. Second, focus on steady breathing. Many feel like something's sitting on their chest and it's hard to breathe. If you start panting and panic, whatever's there can seem to move in faster. It reacts to your fear. Third, don't try to speak. If you whisper or call for help, you run the risk of hearing an answer. Several people report a stranger's voice whispering right in their ear. Fourth, avoid staring into dark corners. During an episode, shadows often seem to move there. The longer you stare, the more they can take on an oddly solid, creepy form. Fifth, once you've fully woken up, don't immediately fall back asleep. Some people say that if they doze off again right after an episode, it feels like someone's waiting for them in the next dream. Keep calm, breathe slowly, and remind yourself that it's temporary, scary, but not permanent.
I can't feel anything.
I'll never let go, Jack.
You're actively letting go. Please stop. I'm still alive. Yes, I can.
Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Can you give me another book? Today we're gonna go and get some fish and chips and eat it by the harbour.
By the harbour? I just love the accent of a young British lad.
Cool, this is a nice day for fish and chips. Daddy, when we're big boys, can we have a birth together? Yes. And Daddy, after we've had some beers, can we go to the ice cream shop?
Does State Farm cover that?
Jojo, we're out of chocolate.
Oh no.